sort of understanding nutrition, my knowledge was pretty much zero, other than, just buying things and eating it. And then I think, that's kind of knowledge. I think how being organised and time was another, really. At times a key thing, but it's just if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail, don't you? Like there's a famous saying. So that's another sort of thing before reaching out, really.
And then even prior to that, so when you were looking to get this weight loss, what was your sort of go-to exercising?
Cardio is my knowledge of weight training is zero. I've never really got involved in it.
Not zero.
It's literally, yeah. And yeah, it's generally cardio was probably the one.
Cool. So, and you felt like you were kind of just spinning the wheels and not really getting anywhere.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
All right. So, wicked, man. I mean, that, again, we hear this a lot, but let's fast forward this now, right? So what are the benefits that you've seen now you've gone through the total body rebuild? What are the 2 to 3 things that have really, made you have that almost like light bulb moment?
I think it's retraining habits. So I know we talked about this, especially on the key book, Atomic Habits. How you restructure your habits is key, and that's the one thing that I say: restructuring habits and structure. Structure is massive, and knowledge, really, like understanding nutrition and how it works. And I know we've gone into macros and what have you. I find it really interesting, and just having that base of knowledge is massive, with all of it, really.
Yeah. And I think that's another key thing, isn't it, mate? Like, again, this is just very conversational, but as the career becomes busy, as your lifestyle becomes busy, and we don't have as much time to be able to focus on ourselves when we've got families, and any guys that are watching this that have got families will be able to relate that, we do have this thing, and we spoke about this before, haven't we, Stu, like in the total body rebuild, like time is the one commodity that we all have, but we don't want to waste it, right? So what we really need to do is make sure that, and this is what we did with someone like yourself when you came to total body rebuild, is making sure that we're deep diving inside your week and actually really structuring things in there that are going to get you the best results, but with the best bang for buck. So we're not wasting that one commodity that we've got, which is time, and ultimately getting you to these results that you need to get to. So, which brings me on to my next point now, really. So, like, how did you find the results? So if we went back from day 1 to day 90, like, how did you find the results with us?
The massive. I know, again, talking about it, like just touching on 3. I've told you before. I've listed them down, but 3 key things is like being on the road a lot. My week would be fast food, diving in somewhere because I haven't got time to eat or as such. But then you realise you do, and by preparing. So if you got the knowledge, I don't stop off anymore for fast food. And before this, I didn't even drink any water a day. I'd probably have like 8 cups of coffee, and I have one cup of coffee a day.
Wired.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm drinking water all days, and it's those little wins, I would say, that have accumulated to, say, dropping as much as I have. But also, I think the focus wasn't on the weight; it was more of just generally being healthier and being able to do things that I want to do, and that was the main driver. You can already notice it,
definitely, mate. And also, so were you kind of one of these people that when you wanted to lose weight, you would think, right, I'm just going to go to do more exercise, I'm just going to try and eat a little bit less, and maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe disregarded the importance of some of the stuff we spoke about in terms of like getting your mindset right, really assessing your habits and getting those really structured in your day is going to allow you to get to where you want to get to. And I don't mean that in a patronising way, but we find a lot of the guys that come onto the total body rebuild, they're used to this exposure where they think, let's just exercise more and I'll get results. So were you one of those guys?
Yeah, nail on the head, really. I'd be the one that's sort of, doesn't prepare well, do the odd 10K, do it, probably get injured, or one way or another, you know, whether it's a muscular injury or something, I would do it. Then I wouldn't do anything for X amount of months. And then I have a light bulb moment, I'll get fit again. Let's just go running. And it was always, and it's a perpetual wheel of that. And say no, there's no gain or anything. It's just, you're just sort of stuck in that common rotation.
Absolutely, I appreciate your honesty there. And if we were to go, if we rewind this again to before you signed up with us, and you compared how you were feeling then, and then fast forward it to the 90 days you've just been through, and you compared it to how you feel now, what would you say is the biggest thing there? Is it energy, strength, fitness? What are you feeling now compared to what you were before?
Energy, I would say, is a key one. I say going from 8 cups of coffee a day with 2 sugars, you know, and thinking that's the driver of energy, and then realizing, you know, the focus you get just from drinking water is just the mental. But also, I think the preparation. I kind of find myself like working Monday to Sunday, but starting my day on a Sunday, and that's weird to say because it essentially makes it an 8-day working week. But you know, by doing that and just being regimented in that. Which in hindsight is probably a positive out of COVID, I would say. It's sort of,
a lot of people are finding positives out of a very negative situation, aren't they?
Yeah. So, you know, the preparation, it's played a massive part.
Yeah. And again, guys, if anyone's listening to this, if we just start with it, so on the Total Body Rebuild, me and Chris are very big on having time periods in our week. So like Stu just touched on there, maybe a Sunday evening where you map out your week and you really plan and structure what you're going to do. And really look to regain control there. So I think that's massive. And again, like I've been in a situation when my daughter came, Stu, like you kind of get into this where you're just drinking continuous amounts of coffee, your nutrition goes, and then all that happens is you just feel worse and worse and worse. So like, I think energy is something that, especially as a busy professional man like yourself, you know, constantly working out on the road, energy is probably one of the best things that you could ever have got from the Total Body Rebuild, really.
Yeah.
Of course, how did you find the training then? So the training that we gave you in throughout the program, how did you find that?
Yeah, it was great because it was sort of tailored to completely tailored to me, and you know, taking into consideration of sort of my level at the time was not great, and in fitness wise, and by sort of reviewing it on a weekly basis, is kind of where I was making gains that would be adjusted to be harder, and you know, you've always got like a little. Again, I talk about little wins, and it is the little wins, and you kind of say you hit that target, you're on to the next one, and by sort of having that weekly review, is you know, it really helps.
Yeah, exactly that, and it's like we've said before again, isn't it? You know, we sound like a broken record, but you know, if you were to run a marathon, you wouldn't run a marathon straight away. It's very much, you know, you learn how to run 1 mile and then 2 miles, and before you know it, you've then run 26. So I think that's a really, really important thing. And how did you find the accountability and the support from me and Chris? And obviously I've got you over a barrel here, so you can't say anything otherwise, but how did you find the actual support that you got throughout the program compared to potentially maybe what you thought you might have been getting?
Yeah, above and beyond, really. I mean, I know I messaged you like about God knows how many times at 9 o'clock at night on a Sunday and stuff, and you know, just because you have some, you know, if you got a question that comes to your head, you're able to sort of just put it on the WhatsApp, or you know, put it into the group on Facebook, and I kind of like that as well, the community about it. You know, there's other people going through the transformation with you, so it's good to picking up the tips, little bits here and there. It's been great, and also it's just the sort of on mindset as well. Like it's just a complete mindset change. It's not just, I know health is bigger than just physical. It's the mental side as well. It's sort of, especially in a high pressure job, you need that level. Definitely,
mate. Definitely. So, listen, mate, you've been an absolute pleasure to coach. Like literally smashed it. I'm just to summarise on this. Stu's gone through and lost about 21 pounds now. Is it since he came into the 5-day with us first of all? Which you know, a 1.5 stone in weight is amazing, really. So one last question. If anyone is watching who's been sitting on the fence for a little while, worried about investing, maybe has done things in the past that haven't worked, what would you say to them?
100%. You pay for what you get. So if you know, you got to note it. You got to you got to resonate with value, and this is more value than what I invested in it, and the time you guys have invested in me is it's been awesome. So yeah, thank you thank you to you, and thank you to Chris.
That's great, man. Like I say, you've been absolutely amazing, but I think that is one thing that people, and you've really summed that up really well, really, is what is that investment worth to you as the individual. So yeah, like, listen, Stu, you've been absolutely amazing, mate. Literally smashed the total body rebuild, and just the start for you as well, mate.
Thanks very much, and again, to people who are thinking about it, I highly recommend it. I can't recommend it even more than just do it, because you won't regret it.
Just get out of the comfort zone. Go.
Exactly.
We have this thing, don't we? Again, we talk about it a lot. Like, just go 2-footed. Like, we had a conversation. We won't say what the conversation was the other day, because it's a private conversation. But we were talking, weren't we? We were saying, like, you asked me a question on something, and I said, look, just in anything in life, you have to just sort of like go 2-footed into it and just work it out as you go along. Yeah, mate. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
Big time. Yeah.